New footage shows that the Manchester police were innocent and were attacked by the Muslims first. It's very interesting, guys, because we're fed this narrative. We're spoon fed this narrative that these poor Muslims are so innocent and they're so helpless, and that they were innocently getting stomped in the face by these police officers. Well, there's newfound footage that we just have discovered recently through CCTV footage on the secret hidden camera. We have discovered that that was not at all the case. In case it was actually the opposite, because this Muslim put their hands on the police first. But before I get into that, let's go ahead and show what I'm talking about, because you're probably like, hey, what are you talking about, dude? For those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, here's the. So as you guys can see, it appears as if these police officers were just brutally kicking and assaulting these young men for no apparent reason whatsoever. Now, if we have a little common sense in here, we do realize that there's an Islamophobia agenda being pushed into Western societies. And this is far from reality, guys. This is obviously not the case. This is not the truth. So let's go ahead and get into what really happened now. So that was just a short segment, a short little clip that was shown to us by, you know, a certain group of Muslims, you know, and they were recording the incident so that they can victimize themselves. But let's actually see the unbiased CCTV footage now that we can go ahead and watch the full video. So as we can see here, let's see what happened. Here come the police officers. As you guys can see, they're trying to arrest the man because he's going against the law. He broke the law. And then this one just punches him. And then that's when the police officers start fighting back. As they're getting on top of the police officers, this coward right here in the blue punches a woman down to the ground. He hits the other police officer, and there they go, jumping the third police officer. There you go. As you can see right there, there they go. So they're just brutally assaulting the police officers. And then somehow they're supposedly supposed to be the victims. I don't know about you guys, but this screams propaganda. This really does scream lack of truthfulness and lack of sincerity. Because all of these news stations, they don't ever cover Christian persecution. They don't ever cover any of the good stuff that we want to see or that we have to need to see, right? It's all censored. But apparently we're allowed to see this nonsense garbage that these white police officers were brutally assaulting these poor minorities that illegally entered the country, probably, right? But in reality, the case is these Muslims broke the law and they assaulted a police officer physically, not one, not two, but three at least. And they and what a coward he was to assault a woman. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. And the fact that they're trying to victimize them, and if you say anything against that, you're Islamophobic, that's wild, guys. That's literally just crazy. That's bonkers. Like, what is the world that we're living in that this is okay, guys? This is literally never okay, guys. But the fact that people are trying to justify this is wild to me, guys. Like, this is so satanic. This is clearly a satanic agenda as to what's going on in the Western world. But as someone else said, just got off air to see the latest CCTV footage. Absolutely appalling. A pack of dogs unleashed total chaos, battering the female officer as if she were a punching bag. I'd have given a swift kick myself, and there's no way they should be walking around as free men. Absolutely not. It's propaganda, and these Muslims are just going to walk free like nothing happened to them. And guess who's getting arrested? Guess who's going against criminal charges? Yep, that's right, the police officers. And why? The reason why these police officers are getting charges, potentially, right, highly likely, is because of the fact that they're standing for truth and that they're defending themselves against these terrible Islamic extremists, or in other words, these Muslim criminals. And that's what they're doing. All they're doing is trying to defend themselves. They're not the aggressors. So don't ever let any liberal medias tell you otherwise, because there's an agenda going on, and everyone's been blasting this video all across the internet. Oh, look at how cruel these Manchester police are. Look at how they brutally assaulted these Muslims. And there's just so much backlash that they're getting. But then the second the full video comes around where they were assaulted first, brutally. They pushed the woman down to the ground and started punching her like a punching bag. That video is not viral, guys, because there's an agenda. They're censoring the truth, but they want us to have this false illusion of Islam like they're the innocent victims. And that's not the reality, guys. So this is why we as born-again Christians, even if you're not a born-again Christian, guys, we have to stand up against this nonsense. But especially us, my brethren in Christ, my brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, we have to stand up against this stuff because honestly, Islam is trying to dominate the whole world. And they will do whatever it takes. They will do all types of censorship. They will do all types of propaganda and things of that nature. So, for example, if you guys aren't aware, Middle Eastern countries have donated millions and hundreds of millions of dollars towards Harvard. And that's the reason why there's a sense of woke pro-Islamic agenda being taught in all the Ivy League schools like Harvard, Yale, Notre Dame, all these other Ivy League schools. And that's because they're being paid, like Michigan, whatever. All these Ivy League schools are being paid by these Muslim countries a lot of money to teach this pro-Islamic woke agenda. And it's very sad and satanic, guys, because this is how they're infiltrating the West, because our political leaders are corrupt and they have the love of money, not the love of God. They no longer fear God. They fear these Islamic extremists coming into our nations. And because of that, they're spineless and they just do whatever they're told to. So whatever they say for them to do, they just do it. They spinelessly get on their knees and do whatever these Muslim extremists tell them to do, instead of standing up to them like true, brave individuals. Soon, guys, there's going to be no liberty, no freedom of speech, no freedom of religion, no freedom of press, because once Islam dominates the West, guys, and that's it. You can say goodbye to the life that we have, guys. This is just the reality. And this is why we must heavily and actively protest and go against this nonsense and the satanic agenda that they're trying to bring in the Western world. So I truly do believe that this police officer was innocent. Yeah, you could say he's a little harsh, but the reality, I don't think so, guys, because they savagely attacked a young woman. How could you justify that? And the police officer was just defending themselves because of the fact that they were attacked first. They were just trying to arrest him. He didn't have to go ahead and attack them or anything like that. So he's definitely in the wrong. The police officers are not in the wrong. The Muslims are. And unfortunately, they're let loose, but the police officers have to deal with the consequences. So guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications, smash that like button so YouTube knows you enjoyed it. But share it with someone that you believe that this could be edifying for, maybe someone that doesn't know the full context of the situation. And always remember, guys, please become a member on my Patreon at patreon.com/NateBornAgain. In case I get banned, you guys can go ahead and watch my content there. Free 99, but also if you could, please support me. It's only $2.99, and it goes a long way, guys. God bless you guys.